Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. We have a lot to cover on this beautiful day here in East Tennessee coming out of the weekend. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We have just a couple weeks to go here in 2025. We will have some conversation about the move toward 2026 in college football. There was the award weekend in college football, and Tennessee is getting ready for a big basketball game tomorrow night. So there's a lot happening with Tennessee sports. There's a lot happening in the sports world. Join us to discuss it. Call or text 865-656-9900 if you would like to be part of the show. Thanks for tuning in, however you are doing so on your radio dial, on the Sports Animal or the Sports Monster. If you're streaming, listening on demand, you can also find us on the Sports Animal YouTube channel today. Thank you for being with us as I say hello to Jason Swain, a VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver. Swain, good afternoon. How are you?
What's up, Josh Ward? It's good to see you, man. Good to hear you. Looking good. Got a haircut late in the week last week. It still looks fresh.
Yep. Fresh and cleanish.
So fresh and so clean. That's what the great philosopher Outcast said. Man, we counting down to Christmas, and looks like it's going to be some presents under the tree for a lot of college football teams around the country via the transfer portal.
Are you ready for portal madness?
Yeah, I'm ready. Why not? I mean, there's no sense not to be ready. You might as well be ready because it's coming. What's weird though is Southern California just weird, period. No offense to people in Southern California, but I'm sorry. Out of all the schools in the country, USC, they want to be different. They want to announce their re-signings.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop.
You don't like that?
No one's doing that. Yeah, I mean, why? Why are you doing that?
It's a zag. Yeah, if people are zigging, they're going to zag.
Well, they do enough zagging. A lot of people over here winning with big-time resources, and they are not. Like, just stop, man. It's already weird enough where we are in college football. Don't make it more weird by, You know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to let the family on their official visits wear the uniform. Like, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to do something different, and it's not working. It's weird. It's the slow clap at the wrong time.
It is weird. It's certainly unusual. We don't typically see re-signing or contract extension announcements for athletes, but that's what we're seeing at USC.
Yeah, please, no one follow. There's no fear of missing out here, folks. Don't feel like, oh, man, look at them over there. We're going to do what they do. Don't. Remember a couple of years ago, Alabama football had, lights on top of their stadium, and when they scored a touchdown, they had the lights flowing and going, and it looked really cool. It was really cool for the fan experience. And then other schools start doing it so much that we see high schools do it. They do it right here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and surrounding areas. That's something that's cool that other people should want to do. It's okay to copy. Please, college football programs around the country, please do not copy what Southern Cal is doing. You're not missing out. It ain't cool.
Pete Nico said it on 3 that we are going to see a, quote, ripple of transfer portal announcements in the coming days. He said this following the news of DJ Lagway announcing he will enter the transfer portal from the University of Florida.
Are you interested?
What might I be interested in?
What are you talking about? Why are you answering a question with a question? I asked you a question. That means I expect an answer, not another damn question, Josh. Give me an answer, man.
Well, we got to be more specific. Am I interested in a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit? Yeah, I love a good bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Is that what you're talking about, or something else?
I thought we were talking about transfers. We not talking about transfers?
Well, it's a free-flowing conversation.
Were we not talking about a transfer down south of Knoxville?
DJ Lagway, who you and I have both agreed upon, has immense talent. There are schools already being linked to DJ Lagway's name. Are you interested in those schools' names?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in the people learning about it because I already know. Josh Ward, I keep up with guys hitting the portal. I keep up with that for a reason, right? Because it's my job, Josh. It's our job. We're supposed to know.
That's right. It's business related.
Yeah, it's totally business related. It's our job to know the primetime players from this conference. They're going to hit the portal. So that's really the only reason I know that. But yeah, I know it already, Josh. But yeah, for the people who do not know, please educate them.
Well, according to On3, early schools to watch for Florida transfer quarterback DJ Lagway, Baylor,
his dad played there.
Miami.
Well, of course. Of course. You can't have a good quarterback. Well, I use good loosely. You can't have a quarterback and Miami not be in the conversation, right?
Sure. And the third school, the LSU Tigers.
I am shocked.
You might have seen Lane Kiffin retweeted the news of DJ Lagway entering the transfer portal. That was a given, I would say. Am I interested? Should Tennessee be interested in DJ Lagway? We've already been asked about, hey, Sellers is not going in the transfer portal. He's re-upping at South Carolina, staying with the Gamecocks. So there's one name that could have been available in the portal that will not be. That makes DJ Lagway slightly more attractive because the demand will still be there. There won't be as many options. I don't know. If I'm Tennessee, I'm probably looking in a different direction.
Is Josh Ward interested? See, you're roundabouting, Josh. I asked you, Joshua J. Ward, are you interested in DJ Lagway? I didn't ask you if you were Tennessee. I didn't ask you none of that stuff. Oh, and you forgot. You act like you forgot the question about 5 minutes ago. Oh, now you remember it. Let me ask you again. Are you, Josh Ward, are you interested in DJ Lagway?
Did you feel like the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit idea was a deflection?
I don't know what you were talking about with the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Did I go Felix Akbar on that one? Get out of here.
Yeah, you sound like you did.
Am I, Josh Ward, interested in DJ Lagway? Yes, because I recognize what other coaches do. Coaches bet on talent, and I still would bet on his talent in the right situation.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for finally answering the freaking question.
Well, the segment was nearing its end. I figured you probably wanted it before the segment came to a close, even though we still have plenty of time. We're with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon.
I'm glad that you can finally be honest with me, Josh. I mean, I was starting to worry about our relationship, but now I think it's okay. I think we got a chance to continue it on the right foot. But, yeah.
But enough about me. What about you?
Oh, man, it's time to go to break. You wasted all the time roundabouting in circles. I'm over here dizzy. I need a break.
But you know what you find at those roundabouts? A yield sign. I yield to you, Jason Swain. Are you interested in DJ Lagway? I'll give you a few minutes to think about it. We'll talk about what's going on. A ripple of announcements to come as the portal will open in January. But the players are going to decide ahead of January if they want to go in the portal. And I'll give you a little bit of a secret. The schools are going to start having conversations before January arrives as well. 865-656-9900 to be part of the show as Tennessee gets ready for its bowl game coming up in 15 days, but also gets ready for 2026 and beyond. We'll continue the conversation, inviting you to be part of it today, 865-656-9900. To join us with Jason Swain of VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver, I'm Josh Ward. We're presented by Junk Be Gone on Josh and Swain. on East Tennessee's junk removal specialist. We appreciate you being with us. 865-656-9900 to join us. Messages coming in the text box. We will open those up. We will invite your calls at the same number, 865-656-9900. As there's a lot of movement in the world of college football. Michigan is still looking for a head coach, so that's hanging out there, Swain. But in the meantime, players and other coaches are starting to make decisions. Lenore Sellers deciding to stay at South Carolina for another season. The Volunteers will go to Columbia in 2026, by the way. DJ Lagway entering the transfer portal. Is Jason Swain interested in DJ Lagway? And what do you think of the market for the former five-star quarterback entering his third season in college football?
Josh, I'm always interested in talented players.
Mm-hmm.
Even with a little bit of baggage, I'm interested. This player does not have any baggage. He does not have any character issues that I know of. But I'm always interested that the very least we can have a conversation. At the very least I can find out what your favorite color is. Who was your favorite Power Ranger? Was it Tommy? Was it the white one? Was it the black one? Was it the yellow one, the pink one? I can at least find that out. I can at least talk to you. Now, we may not offer you a deal here. It may not be a fit, but I at least want to talk to you. I want to find out what happened in Florida. I want to find out what you're looking for. You know, is it a fit for us? So absolutely, I'm interested.
I have to admit I never got into the Power Rangers. Not even a little bit.
Why? Kids kicking people's butt? Saving the world? Come on, man.
I have respect, all due respect to the Power Rangers, but I was more of a G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles.
G.I. Joe don't have any
Ghostbusters mixed in.
Any superpowers, man.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
Nathan says, of course, Gator Swain is always wanting that Florida talent.
Hey, call me what you want to call me.
Andrew wants a roundabout segment on touchy subjects. We roundabouting or not? Might say no to that one. I like the idea. Got to be careful.
He's a talented player that I would like to talk to. We don't have a clear-cut answer from what I have heard about what we're going to do at Tennessee at the quarterback position. So you can't sit there and be closed-minded if you don't know what you want to do. I don't know what we're going to do, but I know we ain't going to do that. You can't say that. You cannot say that about DJ Lagway. And I understand who you have coming in, but you got to protect yourself. You can't let the same thing happen that happened with Nico. I'm not even talking about the dad and the family. I mean a guy that may not be ready their freshman year or may not be ready their redshirt freshman year. If you are Josh Heupel, 2027 ain't promised. It ain't promised. It's about now. And I think you need to put yourself in the best possible situation to have the best possible situation at the quarterback position.
We also are waiting to see exactly what the quarterback market is going to look like. So, again, we know that Sellers will not be a part of it. DJ Lagway has announced he is going to be. There's Sam Levitt talk out there. There's been Brendan Sorsby talk from Cincinnati. Yes, Jason Swain.
Stop. You need to stop, Josh. You need to put it in reverse. We may need to wait until the quarterback market sorts out and all that good stuff. Those coaches, they know who's going to be available, who's not going to be available. Everyone knew the Michigan job was going to open up months ago. Lane Kiffin retweeted a graphic that only had 3 teams connected to DJ Lagway. Why only 3? If he's just planning on getting to the portal, how do they know that so fast? That's because all this groundwork has been laid already. It's been laid down already, Josh. Yeah, we may need to see who's hitting the portal, but I'm pretty sure the coaches And a lot of schools around the country already know who's getting into the portal. And I'm pretty sure how important the quarterback position is for Tennessee and Josh Heupel. I would be shocked. Honestly, I'd be disappointed if we didn't have some type of knowledge of who was getting to the portal at the quarterback position around the country. What's the point of having collective? What's the point of having, relationship with agents if you can't find out this information? There's a world, agent world, collective world. Everyone's talking. Everyone knows what's about to happen. Let's not be fools here, Josh Ward.
No, I have a feeling for a lot of these coaches, the bowl games are just getting in the way of what needs to happen for next year.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Are the bowl games important? Absolutely. They are important in a lot of ways. They're not meaningless like some people like to suggest. But, yeah, they could be getting in the way of talent acquisition for next season.
Now, in the text box, David says, all I'm interested in is getting Faison Brandon on campus, make him the guy for the next 3 to 4 years, deal with all the ups and downs, trial by fire.
No, I'm not interested in that. I love the fact that we're bringing in Faison Brandon. But this is what I'm interested in, Josh Ward.
Okay.
Winning in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
The days of saying, all right, I want to get this quarterback in, and we're going to ride or die with this quarterback, and it's going to be ups and downs. Yeah, sounds good. But I don't. This program can afford to lose next year because you're going to get passed up. We're going to get passed up. You cannot lose next year. So that's why I'm saying Faison Brandon may come in and he may be great. He may surprise you. He's a guy that was hurt a lot his senior year. We know the talent is there. We know the upside is there. He may come in and do his thing. But what if he's not ready? You can't say, well, he's not ready, so we can't go. No. If you have an appointment, Josh Ward, I know you can attest to this. I know I can as a married man. You can too. But I suggest you not say anything because she may be listening. But you have an appointment at 7 p.m. and you have to be there. Like, you have to be there. But your wife is not ready to go. You know that if you wait on her, you're not going to get there at 7 p.m. But what are you going to do to get there at 7 p.m.? You going to wait on her and risk missing out on whatever's there at 7 p.m.? Or you going to leave her so that way you can be there at 7 p.m.? What you going to do, Josh? You going to leave her butt because you got to be there at 7 p.m. We can't wait on Faison Brandon if he's not ready to go. If he's ready to go, great, cool. We're going to throw you in there. You're talented. We're paying you a lot of money. This is why we recruited you. But if he's not ready to go, we can't wait. We can't, well, I guess 27. I guess 2027. Oh, well, I guess 2028. No. So you have to put yourself in position. Whether Faison Brandon is ready, whether George McIntyre is ready, that you're going to be on time. Period, point blank. That's the position that I want to be in. Winning position.
That being said, one of our most recent texts into the text box through the app, George has committed to Tennessee. He's been sitting. He's been waiting. I want quarterbacks who committed to Tennessee. George has waited his turn. Now let him eat. So we have one text saying, I'm all in on Faison Brandon. A couple of texts later, essentially all in on George. Let it be his turn to take over the reins. What does Tennessee do at the quarterback position? DJ Lagway is entering the portal. We'll see other names that will. Josh Heupel and his offensive staff, they have to go ahead and start preparing for what will happen in January when the portal officially opens. What do you think about it? 865-656-9900 to tell us. You can tell us by calling in or texting in. 865-656-9900. He's Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain. This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us as we invite you to be a part of the show at 865-656-9900. We've been talking about the quarterback position as it relates to Tennessee football in 2026. There was the news earlier this morning that Florida quarterback DJ Lagway will enter the transfer portal. And Swain, since we signed off at the end of last segment, another name has been reported to be going into the portal. It's a name I mentioned a few minutes ago that's been out there, Brennan Sorsby, who was an all Big 12 quarterback, second team by the coaches at Cincinnati, 2,800 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not as big of a name as DJ Lagway, but has been more productive. Is older. He spent a couple of seasons at Indiana, then the last 2 seasons at Cincinnati. 2,800 plus passing yards in each of the last 2 seasons, more than 500, almost 600 rush yards this season as well, accounted for 36 touchdowns. He will be an interesting name, I think, to watch as well, Brennan Sorsby. So the market is heating up for transfer quarterbacks. This would back up what Pete Dako said a little bit earlier. Watch for a ripple of transfer news. So Brennan Sorsby, the next quarterback to pay attention to, 6'3", 235 from Cincinnati.
How many years will he have to play?
Well, I think one.
Okay,
I think one.
that answer is good enough for me, Josh.
Okay.
Can I address something from last segment?
Yeah, to be clear, Sorsby will be entering his 5th season in college, so you know where I stand on getting confused by eligibility, but I believe 1 more year. Yes, sir.
We got to stop saying when we're talking about players we want to see play for Tennessee, players we think can take over. Mm-hmm. We got to take the word "let" out of our vocabulary, because who's letting anyone do anything at this level of football in the SEC and college football? You think the defense lets the offense score? You think the offense lets the defense make plays on them? Like, no one lets anyone do anything. You do what you earn. You get what you earn. You eat what you kill. Like, if you don't do what you need to do in practice, why should someone let you play? Like, think about that. Think about like the words that we're using. We want to let a quarterback play because he's already here? That's silly. No, I want quarterbacks that have earned the right to play. They've earned it. I don't want anybody on the football field wearing orange who has not earned the right to play, because that is not a championship culture. Well, we should just let him play because he's been here a couple of years. Okay, no. So I know
somebody to win the opportunity.
Yeah, like I know it feels. I know the person didn't mean it, but I think that language. First of all, language is never used inside of the building. Like, no one is saying, "Oh, we need to let this dude play." No, everyone gets the same opportunity in practice. George McIntyre, who I think is the best thrower of the football currently on campus, who I'm rooting for, who I would love to see be the starter for the next 3 years. I would love to have a quarterback for consecutive seasons. The last time that's happened was 2022. We're about to enter 2026. So I would love to have a quarterback back to back to back to years like we used to have. But it's earned. And if George McIntyre hasn't put on the weight that he was supposed to put on come time spring or next season, and he's not playing consistent, and the offense is not looking the way it needs to look, he doesn't need to be the starter. Period, point blank. If he has not looked the way he's supposed to look in practice leading up to this point, and he needs to have an answer on whether or not he needs to get into the portal or not, because he doesn't want Tennessee to go out and get another quarterback who may be an experienced guy, who may be a senior, and may have the upper hand to get the job, because that quarterback is probably going to need those reassurances before he commits to come here, that he's going to be a starter. So if George is like, hey, I need to know we're not going to bring in a starting quarterback, Like if I'm Josh Heupel, I can't guarantee you that. I can't make you that promise because I haven't seen enough in practice to say you're going to be the guy next year. So it's easy to sit here and go, well, let this guy be the starter. Yeah, you saying that now, but you lose 3 games and it's October. That same person gonna be upset. Same person gonna be upset. So I don't care who it is. I don't care what grade they're in. I don't care if they're from Tennessee. I don't care if they're from another planet. I want dudes who have earned the right to be on the football field on game day. And if that's George, great. But if it's not, then it's not. Like, if you want to win, that's how it is at Ohio State. That's how it was at Alabama. That's how it is at Georgia. If you want to win, I'm telling you right now, that's the standard. It's what you do in practice. Everything else does not matter.
Unless you go out and pay $3 million for a quarterback, that guy's starting.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying. You have to make that determination that that guy is going to be your starting quarterback before you negotiate that deal. Because once you pay him that $3 million, he's going to be starting. Just like David Sanders Jr. came in last year, and he was one of the highest paid players on this football team. When you make that decision to pay him, you have to play him unless he's hurt. So
everybody knew it. Larry Johnson knew it.
Correct. But, like, people just need to understand. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to help us understand so that way you're not disappointed, so that way you're not misled. No one is being given reps in the game. It doesn't work that way. It's never worked that way, and it never will work that way. That's not realistic. This is not Little League. This is major college football. This is one small step below the NFL. No one is giving anyone anything. You eat what you kill. You get what you earn. You see basketball, Rick Barnes? Dwayne Brown, true freshman post player, is starting. You think he's starting because someone called up to the radio station and said, hey, man, I think Rick Barnes should just let Dwayne Brown start against the 11th ranked Louisville Cardinals. You know, he looks like he'll do a good job. That ain't the way it works. You know what Dwayne Brown's been doing? Busting butt in practice. That's what he's been doing. Making it happen. Showing Rick Barnes he can be trusted. Making the coaches happy. That's why he's starting. That's the way it works in real life.
We were asked, when will Jake Merklinger hit the portal? Most likely in January.
When it opens.
His name has not been added to the reports here in recent days, but all season long the anticipation has been that Jake Merklinger will enter the transfer portal in January.
I mean, if he wants to stay and if he loves it here, I mean, I don't blame him because this place is awesome, and I mean, he's okay in that backup quarterback role. Then, hey, cool. But if you have the expectation to start, this ain't the place.
I don't even know about that if I'm Tennessee. I get what you're saying in the old scholarship world. I would be about that, but not that he's making money you can't overcome. But I'd want the money back to be able to allocate elsewhere of what you pay Jake Merklinger. If you have Brandon and McIntyre, and you have to add somebody else, because if Merklinger were to stay, you still need to add another quarterback.
You're right.
So from a budgetary standpoint, I think Tennessee needs to move on as well.
Yeah, I mean, because you can't go Jake Merklinger and go, hey, man, I know we bumped you up in pay when Nico left because, you had the leverage and we couldn't afford to leave you, for you to leave us. And then I'm sure there were some incentives put in place that if he won the job over Aguilar and became the starter and played well, that he would make more money. It would be weird to say, hey, man, you can come back, but we're going to need all that money back. Like your deal that you had last year, you're not getting that deal this year. You're actually getting less, if any. So it probably would be best for Jake Merklinger to find another place. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for both sides, it just makes
For
sense
sure.
for
Yeah.
him to go in a different direction with the state that Tennessee's in. McIntyre and Faison Brandon do cost a fair amount. And if they bring in another quarterback, which we expect they will try to do, that guy will as well. I should add, by the way, to the news we shared at the start of the segment with Brendan Sorsby entering the transfer portal or planning to in January. According to the reports, he also plans to explore the possibility of the NFL draft. So he will look at the possibility of going to the NFL while also looking at possibilities at the college level. My guess is, though, at least in 2026, he'll have a chance to make a lot of money in college, probably more so than the NFL. But that's something to pay attention to as well. The NFL draft possibility, along with other colleges, if Tennessee were to be interested in someone like Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati, a talented player who can both throw and make plays with his legs. We'll continue the conversation. We'll open up phone lines in the text box when we come back. Thanks for being with us today. 865-656-9900 to join us. Jason Swain is here, a VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain. don't know that it's official. We'll get over the next few days, but Stuart Mandel noting, looks like it's quarterback portal announcement day. And there could be something to that. It's time to get moving. Teams are preparing for bowl games, but teams are preparing for January. January 2nd is when the portal will officially open.
Must be a coincidence, Josh. All the quarterbacks are doing this today.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Must be
Remember, they do have representation that help along the way as well. We say hello to Robert. Robert, thanks for hanging on. Good afternoon. What's on your mind?
Hey, Josh and Swain. Hey, man, I like listening to you guys. But quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out, where does the top 25 play into the playoff? Meaning, since they're selecting teams who won their conference, is the top 25 even relevant anymore? And also, how do the bowl games fit in with the playoffs?
Well, yeah, Swain, just to make sure if I understand the question, so you have polls like the AP and the coaches polls. Those are just all year long. With the rankings that matter for the playoff are the selection committee's rankings. They have their own playoff ranking, which I think you know, but just to clarify there. And they take last year they did seeding that did not exactly follow the rankings. This year they follow the rankings, but you have to have 5 automatic qualifiers as conference champs because the ACC is a bit of a dumpster. Miami was still able to get in as an at-large, but that left a couple of automatic qualifiers from the group of 5, James Madison and Tulane. So they get the last 2 seeds because of where they were ranked. They were ranked behind the top 10, and then 1 through 10 is just from the rankings. As far as the bowl game, so starting in the quarterfinal round, they will have playoff games at bowl sites. The opening round is on campus sites. Quarterfinal and moving forward will be at bowl sites. And then you have the rest of the bowls that take place, like Tennessee playing in the Music City Bowl, where it's a mix of selection and placement, if that makes sense.
Well, it does, because I was just trying to figure out, because I guess with the playoffs, it almost, it feels like the top 25 is not even relevant anymore. And then with the bowl selections, like the Fiesta, the Orange, the Sugar, the Tostito, I was just trying to figure out, how does all of that fit in when you just don't know who's going to win? As far as the playoffs, the teams, but you don't know where they're going to fall at.
Yeah, I would just say, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I would say the rankings are as relevant as you want to make them. 20 years ago, if you were ranked number 18 to finish the season, that probably meant something to you and your fan base and the program. Around the country, I'm sure people didn't care. So if Tennessee's able to finish in the top 25, like they fell out losing to Vanderbilt, that stung Tennessee. I don't think anybody can tell you who the number 21 team in the country is. The answer is Houston, by the way. Hey, Robert, appreciate the call. 865-656-9900. Did I explain that correctly, Swain? How'd I do?
I thought you did a fabulous job.
Okay. Yeah, the rankings are, I think they matter to you, what you decide. Same with the bowl games. Yeah. But what matters is being at the top 12.
That's what I was trying not to say it, but that's what I was thinking. If you Tennessee, that's really all that matters, whether or not you're in the top 12 or not.
Tony Vitello once said you're either a Vol or you're not. The College Football Playoff Committee would say you're either in the top 10 to 12 or you're not. If you're in the top 12 as a Notre Dame football team next year, you're automatically in. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's about those playoffs for sure. Now, that's not to say that if you are elected to a bowl game like Tennessee is now, that doesn't mean that you don't care about it and that you don't want to go and play well. But the goal is to get to the playoffs. Simple as that.
Yep. All right, we'll continue the conversation. Robert, thanks for the call. More calls and texts when we come back to begin hour number 2, inviting you to be a part of the show. A lot of interaction here in the first hour. We appreciate it. The texters are enjoying Fired Up Swain on a Monday, heating things up after a cold Sunday and cold start to the week. Join us at 865-656-9900. DJ Lagway from Florida going into the transfer portal. Brendan Sorsby, talented quarterback from Cincinnati, headed to the transfer portal as well. who could be next. We will discuss 865-656-9900 plus Big Tennessee basketball game tomorrow, Big Tennessee week coming up. We will discuss it right here with today's show, and every day our show is presented by Junk Beyond, East Tennessee's junk removal specialist. This is Josh and Swain. This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We are presented by Junk Be Gone. We're with you for 2 more hours. We're always available anywhere you listen to podcasts as well, like Apple and Spotify, and in the podcast section of the WNML app. It is starting to heat up with announcements with the transfer portal. That was the conversation from a lot of the first hour. We had the news over the weekend that Lenore Sellers will be staying at South Carolina. So the Gamecocks keep their quarterback with a new offense coordinator coming in Kendall Briles. And then earlier this morning, we learned that DJ Lagway will enter the transfer portal. He announced that himself. And reports have come out in the last hour that quarterback Brendan Sorsby, who had a big year at Cincinnati, will go into the transfer portal. Who could be next? 865-656-9900 as we begin this hour. Elton is next up. Elton, appreciate you hanging through. Good afternoon. What is on your mind? What do you think of the conversation?
Well, I appreciate you taking my call, but I've got a two-parter. One is about quarterbacks. When will, is there going to be a decision as to when George come back or not? That way it gives UT a chance to, make a decision on whether or not they're going to get another quarterback or not. And then the next part is, from what I've seen from Jake and George, seems like they need to spend more time in the weight room and the cafeteria because I don't think they can stand up to the punishment if they get out there on the field. So those are my two questions, and I'll just hang up and listen to what you got to say.
Okay, Elton, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, George definitely needs to put on some weight to be able to withstand the physicality in this conference. I mean, you would hope that your offensive line doesn't allow your quarterback to be hit, but the truth is you got to be able to run in this offense. You got to be able to run in football today, period, modern day football. And then you have to respect the defensive players. They're going to make plays too. They're going to get to the quarterback. And you don't want to put all your eggs in the basket of a quarterback hoping that he's going to be available for you if he gets hurt. So that's why it's important for George McIntyre to gain the weight, to build his strength, so that way he can be able to withstand the punishment inside this conference. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And again, every single day that you are on scholarship at University of Tennessee and you are getting paid, that is your opportunity. That's your opportunity. You're getting an opportunity every single day. And practice, that's your opportunity. In meetings, that's your opportunity. Walkthroughs, that's your opportunity. So again, like people think that, oh man, the coaches ain't giving him an opportunity, man, because he ain't playing in the game. He's getting an opportunity every day. What he does during those opportunities determine whether or not he gets the same opportunity in the game. That's the way it works. That's the way it works at this level and the level above SEC football, which is the NFL. And not even just SEC football, but championship winning football. That's the way it works. Guys don't get opportunities that they have not earned. If you don't do it in practice, you will not do it in the games. It's really that simple. So I repeat this again. I want George to be the starting quarterback. I thought he was great when he committed and he was on our program. I root for him. But at the same time, nothing this year told me, man, George did a lot to really show the coaches that he has the upper hand next year. He has a chance to be the starter. He didn't get enough reps in games, and that's not all his fault. That's Josh Heupel's fault because they didn't beat teams like they were supposed to beat them and allow him to be able to get in there and play. We don't know if he's going to be the guy. We don't know if he's not going to be the guy. But that is the point. We don't know. That's why you have to bring in another quarterback just in case he is not the guy. Just in case Faison Brandon is not ready to go. You have to protect yourself. You have to wear a seatbelt in this situation. For Tennessee, you cannot go into the season with 2 freshman quarterbacks expecting these guys to carry you. They may not be ready, and it's not their fault if they're not ready. If they're not, you have to have insurances. You got to get a quarterback with some experience, physically able to withstand the punishment at this level of football. I think it's really simple to understand.
Yeah, if Swain, you were to choose a keyword for this offseason for Tennessee football, keyword for this offseason to prepare for 2026, would that word be compete in all phases?
Yes, 100%. Do you remember Pete Carroll when he was at Southern Cal? And I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, but it was called Competition Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the two. And that day was all about competition. And that's why they went out and blew the doors off of everybody for 3 or 4 years straight, because their practices were harder than the games because of the competition inside of that culture. Is it any surprise why Pete Carroll had the same success with the Seahawks? There's no surprise. Now, I don't know what he's doing with the Raiders, Josh. You should feel cheated. But that's my point, though. He's done it at multiple places, at multiple levels. It's about the competition. It's about the culture that you breed. And if you are Josh Heupel, you Joey Halsley, you want that room to be filled with a lot of quarterbacks and competition. And I don't care. Well, you might wind up playing $5-6 million for just that room. Well, that's the position that you put yourself in because Nico didn't work out. That's the position you put yourself in. And so you have to do that, because if you roll into the season with a young dude and he ain't ready, I don't care how much money you spend on defense. I don't care how much you pay Jim Knowles. I don't care how much you went out and allowed Jim Knowles to go get his staff together. I don't care how much you pay Joey Halsley with the contract extension. Even though I thought that was a little lot, that was a big number right there. It doesn't matter. If the quarterback's position is not good and it's inexperienced and it's holding back the rest of the team, you're not going to win the games that you want to win to reach the goals that you have set out for yourself for 2026. It ain't going to happen. You can't hide the quarterback in this league. You can't do it.
Swain, the Las Vegas Raiders had 75 yards of offense yesterday.
Again? They did that again? Didn't get 100 yards?
It's the second game this season the Raiders have failed to put up 100 yards of total offense over 4 quarters of football.
Man, Pete Carroll is he's hot in the good stuff. Did he forget how to coach? He forget how to coach? What happened to him, man? He used to be a really good coach.
Used to be, yep. I've read about it. I remember some of the games you're referencing. Yep. The stat of the game is probably that the Eagles' backup offense yesterday put together more yards in one drive, that being 79 yards, than the Raiders team put out for the entire game. That was 75. It's a tough day.
I wish I had a answer to give you, something that was encouraging, something to help you feel better.
Eagles were on a short week, having lost to the Chargers, having turned it over once every other possession just 6 days earlier.
Josh, I really wish I had something encouraging to tell you.
Yeah.
But I do not. I will say this, man.
Yes, sir.
Hop on the Bears bandwagon.
Hey, you be nice to those Packers. Parsons is out for the year. He was injured yesterday. Christian Watson went down again. Unfortunately, it happens a lot with him. Tucker Kraft, remember, went down earlier this season.
I mean, Christian Watson, how many touchdowns he had against the Bears 2 weeks ago? Yeah, like 2.
Yeah, Bears-Packers week coming up. Big one there in the NFC North. Mm-hmm. So you don't want that. You don't want me on your Bears bandwagon.
Josh, you're not bad luck. The Raiders are bad luck. So come on.
They sure are.
Come on.
They're a bad time. We've had multiple texts come in, Swain, asking about Brendan Sorsby, mentioning connections here to Knoxville, and that's somebody to watch. Yeah, we've mentioned his name several times on the show today. He is somebody that we'll be paying attention to. Other schools are going to be interested as well in Sorsby, and I'll be curious to see what his market looks like. But, yeah, that's somebody to pay attention to, I think, from Cincinnati.
You got to get the right one, the right fit. Aguilar was the right fit. You got to get the right fit, a guy with a year, and that will give the young quarterbacks another year to get themselves ready to take over moving forward. If they're not ready next year. Again,
Yeah.
you are building yourself a safety net.
And one other note, Elton also asked about the status of Joey in that lawsuit. That's in the to be determined category. But Tennessee, I think, has to be planning as if Joey Aguilar is not a part of the quarterback room next year.
Correct. Yeah, that's how you have to approach it. I mean, if we're talking about a safety net bringing in a transfer quarterback, then it would be foolish to count on Joey being able to come back next year. That wouldn't be smart. So you have to move as if he is going to be gone.
By the way, your guy Pavia, he had a weekend.
My guy. Nah. Mm-mm. No. Some of these media
He played in the
members,
SEC.
man,
He played in the SEC.
some of these media members, man, y'all, you media, man.
Oh, well, hold up.
You media, dude. Y'all so disappointing. So
Well, what did I do?
I'll share with you. Come
Okay.
back from break. So disappointing. I don't think I include you in this, but I'm disappointed in some of the media.
One of my favorite memes is the kid. He points at himself as his name gets called out on the TV.
Oh yeah.
It's me with me.
No, not you, Josh.
That or the 50 Cent. What do you say me for? 865-656-9900 to be part of the show. Quite a time in college football. I think we can say that confidently. Quite a time it is. Fernando Mendoza, by the way, congratulations to him. He is the Heisman Trophy winner. We continue the conversation. 865-656-9900 to join us right here on Josh and Swain. Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Amish Elegance Fine Custom Furniture. It is a perfect time to go shop there at Amish Elegance, located at 613 North Campbell Station Road, right off the interstate in Farragut. They have the great inventory reduction sale going on. Get up to 20% off. Big savings on their showroom options that are available right now. You can go check out Amish Elegance and see all different types of furniture that they have available for you, and you can save big right now, up to 20% off with the great inventory reduction that they have going on. They also have all kinds of options for you. You can go in, you can find side tables, you can find great gift ideas for the Christmas season. They have art and nativity sets available, candles and beautiful throws that you could find for somebody that you are shopping for, charcuterie boards at Amish Elegance. And remember, when you sit down with Amish Elegance, they can help you plan out and build out really any type of furniture you need for your home or your office space. Learn more online at AmishElegance.com and stop by, see what they have for you at 613 North Campbell Station Road. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Amish Elegance. This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. Swain, we have another name for you in the transfer portal.
What you got? It's a quarterback?
It is a quarterback.
Man, what's up with all these quarterbacks going in the same day? It's like everybody already knew or something.
I'm sure it's a big old coincidence, I would imagine.
Yeah.
The quarterback's name, Dylan Raiola from Nebraska.
Oh, we know where he going.
Where's he going? How could we know? The portal doesn't even open for more than 2 weeks.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be available next year, Josh.
Look, I hate it for Patrick Mahomes. He could actually be back by either the start of the season or close to the start of the season, but the reaction of Dylan Raiola finding out he now has to tear his ACL to keep up the trend of imitating everything that Patrick Mahomes does, that got me.
Yeah, he'll be ready around this time next year at Texas Tech. I think it's going to be an Adidas school.
What's that now?
I think it's going to be an Adidas school. Raiola.
Yeah. Raiola was a highly touted quarterback who once committed to Georgia, decided to go to Nebraska.
How many years ago?
Well, 2 or 3, depending on the 5-year rule. But he's been at Nebraska for 2 seasons.
I mean, dude, he is more intriguing to me than DJ Lagway.
I could see that. I love Lagway, the person, the leadership qualities that he has, the commitment, all of that. He's got to play better. He's got to get healthy. He's got to show that he can be healthy for a season because he dealt with some injury early on there at Florida. And this past season, he dealt with all kinds of injuries. Where was he healthy? But I mean, Raiola has a ton of ability too. I don't know. That's been a weird situation, right? The way he went through the recruitment. He's leaving a school where he's a legacy player. He was the guy for Matt Rule. That's an odd one.
Matt Rule, man.
Yeah.
Overrated. Most overrated coach in the country. But anyways, Dylan Raiola, man, he's intriguing because like he's a guy that's athletic, can run, get outside the pocket, can throw it. And yeah, I mean, he reminds you of Patrick Mahomes and all that good stuff. But like, think about his Adidas connection, right? And we know Adidas is doing more in the college football game with athletes than Nike. So that's why I think for him, an Adidas school would make more sense than him going to a Nike school. And when I think about an Adidas school, I think about Tennessee, I think about Miami, I think about Texas A&M, even though they're not going to be in the market for a quarterback. And then you think about Texas Tech. Like,
yep.
It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Yeah. Penn State going to Adidas.
Yeah. It makes sense to me for Dylan Raiola to go to an Adidas school. But I'm talking to Dylan Raiola if I'm Josh Heupel. I'm talking to him.
Jeff Schwartz asking 6 minutes ago, I guess today is portal day announcement for all of college football quarterbacks. Was this decided in a union meeting?
Huh. It's coincidence, Josh. Just like you said. Coincidence.
Yep. His younger brother also available on the market. So, yep, it's...
He got a brother?
Yep.
He good?
Not sure he's as good. I wouldn't
What
take
position
him
you play?
Faison or George. Yeah, quarterback.
He went to Nebraska too?
He was, yeah. By the way, I saw Shannon Terry note yesterday, speaking of the union joke, but may not be a joke forever in college. He had 4 takeaways from the world of college sports SBJ conference in Las Vegas. One of them, collective bargaining went from almost no chance to now a real possibility. It is becoming more of a how to do it versus should it be done conversation, which I think is notable because Tennessee's athletic director has been public about his belief that there needs to be more conversation about that direction, going with collective bargaining and figuring out how that can be done.
Man, that would be fantastic news. I think you would see less apathy among college football fans if that were to move forward.
Shannon also said he believes private equity is not going away and will remain the top storyline in the business of college sports in 2026. Probably saying that with the news of Utah and its agreement here in the last week or so.
Yeah. Utah about to be saying, hey, there's poor people around. Hide your money because it ain't us.
By the way, that was big news. Kyle Whittingham.
Yeah.
Stepping down as head coach. He's one of the best coaches we've seen in college football over the last 20 years.
Well, it looks like he's not retiring. That they're going in a different direction. So it looks like he was pushed out, which, okay, if that's what y'all want to do, Utah.
Yeah, he was awesome there. He's the guy that Tennessee should have given more consideration to several searches ago. But that's another conversation for another decade.
Hopefully. Yeah, his teams are always tough, man. I mean, wherever he goes, if he decides to continue to coach, somebody's going to get lucky with him. Well, he can go wherever the coach, the school that the coach is leaving from to go to Michigan. Somebody got to go to Michigan, right?
What's going to happen there?
If I'm Michigan, I'm calling Brian Daboll.
Okay. He's available.
I think Kenny Dillingham is a I like Kenny Dillingham. I've liked him ever since last year. I think he's an up-and-coming star. Mm-hmm. But I think Brian Daboll is who you can go and talk to if you're Michigan.
Names mentioned by On3 earlier today, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham, Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri, Jed Fish at Washington, and defense coordinator Jesse Minter with the Chargers and his Michigan connections.
Harbaugh connections.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I still can't believe Ward Manuel is leading this search, as it appears he is.
Josh, he didn't know anything that was going on.
Right. Yeah, he was disappointed just like everybody else.
Of all the scandals, he had no clue, man. He had no clue.
Yep. Kalen DeBoer with a statement yesterday reaffirming his commitment to Alabama. The reports of ongoing contract extension talk with him as they also have a football game on Friday night against Oklahoma.
What if Kalen DeBoer really wanted to leave, but he just really can't right now? So he's like, dang it, I guess I got to put this statement saying I want to be here. Oh, gosh. Sure would be great to be in Michigan instead of this dirty town in Tuscaloosa. Whatever. All right, Josh. You media people, I'm going to tell you about yourself.
What did we do here? Swain?
I only need from you.
By the way, you say you media people. Are you talking about like you old media? Because you're new media still, right?
Well, I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it.
But new media.
If the shoe fits, wear it here, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a question.
I interrupted. That's on me. I apologize.
It's okay.
What'd we do?
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I only want a one-word answer. Don't roundabout. I don't care about nothing else, Josh. I don't care about what you ate for breakfast. None of that stuff, okay? When Diego Pavia lost the Heisman and he said, blank the voters, was it right or was it wrong? Was it right or wrong? What was it?
It was wrong.
So why are these media people, why is it so hard for them to admit that? People that maybe cover Diego in Nashville, maybe people who don't cover him, it's simple. It's either right or wrong. There's no excuse for what he just did. Like, he crossed the line. All his cute shenanigans was just that up until the Heisman. Like, how he played, his mom doing all that in the stands, his brother acting a plum fool, like all that stuff. Hey, man, cool, whatever. It's different. It makes college football, I guess, unique. People are talking about it. But the moment he said blank all the voters, even the voters who voted for him, because only an idiot would say something like that, When he said that, I think he crossed the line 100%. The Heisman, you can agree with it, you can disagree with it. At the end of the day, it still is prestigious. And there's a lot of people with a lot of class that have won the Heisman, that treat that Heisman with the utmost respect, and he just popped a squat all over the whole Heisman. The former winners, the current winners, the future winners, and all the people that put all their effort into voting for the Heisman and take it serious. I just thought he really disrespected them. So it was wrong, man. As simple as that. Like, for some reason, this is what we do as people. If we like that person, or if that person agrees with us, or wears the same color of the team we root for, we will look beyond that person being dead wrong. We'll make excuses for him. Well, him and Han. It's either right or it's wrong. Vanderbilt fans, that's wrong. Don't make excuses for him. It was disrespectful. It was classless. It was what it was. You can apologize all you want to, but it was wrong. And there's no place for that in college football. It's none. He crossed the line.
I totally agree. He was wrong.
He was wrong.
I've said, hey, look, the personality that comes with Diego Pavia, I think that's part of what makes him the player that he is. And I stand by that because he has this chip on his shoulder. He's been counted out time after time after time. That's different. He's a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. First of all, F all the voters is idiotic because it took voters to get you there. It took voters to get you to second place in the Heisman Trophy voting. So it's idiotic. But for sure, it lacks awareness. It lacks class. It's an awful look. He did put out an apology. I know people were saying, hey, look, good job getting ChatGPT to help. Somebody's going to help with that kind of apology. It was lengthy. I don't care about that part. But he was wrong, and he had to apologize because that's just not how you act. It's just not how you do it. So he was wrong in that instance.
Yeah, I mean,
terrific football player. His teammates love him. I'm sure some teammates don't love him. I'm sure some teammates rolled their eyes at some of what Diego Pavia does. But obviously what he does and the way he plays and the way he carries himself help pull a lot of what Vanderbilt did together over the last two seasons. But the way he acted after not winning the Heisman Trophy, wrong. He admitted as much himself.
and listen, man, Vanderbilt, they have a certain way of doing things, right? They're prestigious. Their institution is prestigious. I drove past there this past weekend. I didn't see any trash anywhere on campus. They have a high standard. I respect that about Vanderbilt. They've done a lot to earn the respect they've earned this year inside this football conference. I'm sorry. There's no way that if you are associated with Vanderbilt that you are proud of Diego doing that. You're proud of how he's played. You're proud of the toughness that he displayed, the energy that he's brought West End. You're proud of that. But there's no way you can be proud of what he just did this past weekend representing Vanderbilt. There's no way.
No, definitely not. I'm confident Clark Lee was not either.
Oh, I'm sure he was embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm sure. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 to be part of the show. 90 minutes to go, a lot to cover. It is quarterback entering the transfer portal announcement day in college football. DJ Lagway from Florida, Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati, now Dylan Raiola from Nebraska. We continue the conversation here on Josh and Swain. This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900 to join us. It is a newsworthy day in college football. There's also news, Swain, with former Tennessee head football coach Jeremy Pruitt, who has potentially been freed with a ruling from DeKalb County Judge Andrew Hairston, as he made a ruling earlier today granting a preliminary injunction requested by Pruitt against the NCAA. And in the order from the judge, it prevents the NCAA from enforcing its show cause order or interfering with Pruitt's employment opportunities. He has found an opportunity at Jacksonville State, but it's in a limited capacity, and Jacksonville State had to show cause to be able to hire Pruitt for that role. This ruling would keep any other school from having to do such a thing, to show cause for the opportunity to hire him.
I mean, okay, if a school wants to bring him in, then they can do that.
This injunction, by the way, was part of the $100 million lawsuit against the NCAA that he submitted in DeKalb County back in October. So I don't know what this necessarily means long term, but right now with this ruling, if a school wanted to hire Jeremy Pruitt, it would not have to show cause to the NCAA to do so. He has a 6-year show cause that goes either to or through 2029, which I do think is egregious at this point.
I think he should be allowed to coach.
Yeah.
I mean, as an assistant.
You can't say at this point, well, he still broke rules. He has to be penalized. He's been penalized.
Yeah.
That's 5 years ago.
Yeah, he should be able to coach. I mean, I don't know who wants to hire him as a head coach. I know I wouldn't.
No, but I'm sure he could
be
do a
allowed
much better
to.
defensive job than what he's got at Jacksonville State.
No, I mean, he should be allowed to be a head coach. I'm just saying I don't think he's a good head coach. And if anybody wants to hire a good head coach, I don't think hiring him would be a good idea. But he should be allowed to be a head coach. He's been penalized enough.
What's that?
And I'm no fan of Jeremy Pruitt, and I'm saying that because right is right and wrong is wrong, right?
Totally agree.
Yeah, he should be allowed to coach.
Yeah, I would not consider him for a head coaching position, but a full-time defensive assistant position, I sure would.
Mm-hmm.
Wes sent us a text and said, Diego Pavia does not deserve the Heisman simply because of the way he acts. I'm a believer that it represents on-field play as well as who you are off the field. Off the field, he is nothing but an idiot. Now, I don't think that's true either. But sure, off the field, he's made questionable decisions this weekend included. Brandon texted, as he texted us last week, very upset about the idea of Diego getting the Heisman. Said, you and Swain were both arguing on behalf of Pavia and that he deserved it. I guess that integrity part I brought up didn't work out for your vote, did it?
Deserved it? I never said he deserved a Heisman. I said Jeremiah Love. If I was voting, I would vote for Jeremiah Love to win the Heisman. And
I said Pavia or Love is where I would lean.
Yeah. And I did say before he showed his entire backside this past weekend that I didn't think he did enough off the football field to keep him from winning the Heisman. I felt like if they voted him the Heisman based on what he did on the field, then fine. Him talking trash and him doing all that, I didn't think he deserved to be disqualified. But I did not say that. So I don't know where my man heard that from. It wasn't from me on this show. I never would have voted Diego Pavia as a Heisman Trophy winner. I thought Jeremiah Love was the best football player out of that group. But I understand that Mendoza had the Heisman moment. The third down, long throw up the sideline versus Ohio State to seal the deal, to beat undefeated Ohio State, defending champions in the Big Ten championship. That was his Heisman moment. I knew he was going to win. But I respect anyone who's like, hey, man, I don't want a Heisman Trophy winner to be acting like that. And I'm glad he didn't win. I'm glad he did not win because that would have been embarrassing for, the Heisman community. And honestly, I think people cringe every time Johnny Manziel opens his mouth. Even though he deserved it when he won it. He was amazing. But people cringe when he talks because you just never know what he's going to say. And I'm a Manziel's fan too, by the way.
We'll see what happens next for Diego Pavia. Maybe this will be a learning moment. Maybe it won't. We'll find out.
Well, this is the peak for Diego Pavia. Because
As an athlete, yeah.
there's no professional football at NFL level. Like, it ain't gonna happen. He's not good enough to play at the level he's playing right now at the next level. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. So, it seems like he is living it up while he can. YOLO for Diego Pavia.
Yeah, I'm with you. I have the same opinion. I do. The one thing that keeps me wondering, Phillip Rivers came back and played football this weekend, and obviously Phillip Rivers, as a professional player, was much better than what Diego Pavia will be. But Phillip Rivers hasn't been a professional football player in almost 5 years, and he was out there playing. It took him a few days to get ready to go play on the road against the Seattle Seahawks defense.
Phillip Rivers is brilliant. And
I get it. He's also 44 and can't move.
Well, hey, we know
My point here is not that Diego will even be a starting quarterback in the NFL, but man, that tells me there's still opportunity out there to be on a roster in the NFL if with all due respect, Brady Cook and Phillip Rivers were starting this weekend.
Shedeur fell to the fifth round.
Mm-hmm.
Big reason why is because people didn't want the theatrics around Shedeur Sanders. And Shedeur is a better quarterback than Diego Pavia. It will be the same antics around Diego Pavia if he is not as much. I won't say the same. I shouldn't have said the same. But it will be some theatrics and drama if Diego's a backup in the NFL. But again, can't take away what he did on the football field. That is undeniable. But man, he is an idiot.
Welcome back, 865-656-9900 to be part of the show. He's Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain. This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Swain, 15 days from now, Tennessee will play a bowl game. Music City Bowl coming up December 30th in Nashville against Illinois. Illinois will have its quarterback out there, Luke Altmaier, talented player. But he will not be protected by offensive tackle J.C. Davis. He is a first-team All-Big Ten left tackle, and he has opted out to get ready for the NFL draft, as has their top outside linebacker who declared for the NFL draft on Friday night. He is second to Simeon Rice in Illinois' program history for career sacks. So their top edge rusher and their starting left tackle opting out of the bowl game in Tennessee to this point with Arion Carter. That happened officially Friday evening. Arion Carter declaring for the draft along with Chris Brazel, and we knew Jermod McCoy.
If you listen to Josh and Swain, you would have not been surprised about Arion Carter declaring for the draft. There were some hints throughout the week about Arion Carter. It's hard to look at this bowl game the same with all these opt-outs, and Tennessee may not be done with opt-outs. I mean, there's some guys on this defense that have an opportunity to go to the next level. That's Colton Hood. That is Joshua Josephs. I mean, what do those guys do? Hopefully we find out soon, because Tennessee is starting to practice, or will start to practice for the bowl game. But hopefully Tennessee won't see any more opt-outs. If we do, I understand, but hopefully we won't.
Pull up the line, but Tennessee is held steady as a favorite in this game. We had a question about Joey's status. My understanding is Joey Aguilar will play in the bowl game. I guess that could change, but that's been my understanding.
I mean, there's no reason why he should not play in the bowl game. I mean,
Line has moved a little bit. Tennessee a 3.5-point favorite against Illinois now.
Where
With,
was it?
15 days from now, 2 weeks from tomorrow, Tennessee will play in Nashville in the Music City Bowl.
Was Tennessee favorite higher or lower? Which
Yeah,
direction?
sorry. Tennessee was a bigger favorite. Tennessee opened, I think, in the 6.5 to maybe 7.5 range.
Okay.
But it has gone in the direction of Illinois.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know what we're going to see in 15 days. I have no clue what kind of football team we're going to see. I just pray and hope that it's not the same one we saw inside Neyland Stadium a couple days ago, because ain't nobody got time for that.
You're hoping Tennessee plays better against Illinois than it did against Vanderbilt?
Ain't nobody got time to watch Tennessee play the way they play against Vanderbilt. Like, no football fan wants to see that, let alone Tennessee fans. It was just bad football. Ain't nobody got time for that. That performance gave me bronchitis.
Now, Anthony wants to know, could Aguilar start but then hand things over to a younger quarterback? How long before Heupel puts in the backups? Does Heupel coach to win or to develop if there is a choice?
I know what you can't do. Coach to do anything besides win.
That's my response.
I mean,
go out there and try to win the game.
Like, that's what you're paid
We
to
saw
do.
last year, different situation, but Cam Ward played a first half and then called it a game.
Yeah. Joe Aguilar ain't the number one overall pick, potentially.
No, he's not.
So I think this thing is pretty simple. Joe Aguilar plays until his arm fall off from throwing touchdown passes and handing it off. Like, Joe Aguilar deserves to go out on his own terms. And he should play every snap unless the game is super lopsided or if he gets hurt. But I would love to see Tennessee in a position to where on the last possession of the game, maybe he's given an opportunity for a curtain call. But I would also understand if I was Joe Aguilar wanting to take the last snap and kneel and possess that football and keep it too. You are playing inside of the state of Tennessee. A lot of Tennessee fans are going to be there. A curtain call will be pretty awesome for him to get the standing ovation that I think he deserves. But having the last kneel down and the snap and then keeping the football for your collection, I think would be pretty cool too.
Swain, what does Santa listen to while he delivers toys?
Josh and Swain podcast.
It's a good idea. You can listen anywhere you get your podcast, but this time of year, it appears Santa's choice is rap music. We have another hour to go, 865-656-9900 to join us on Josh and Swain.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, HVAC, or electrical emergency. Most of the time, you don't know what it's going to cost or if it's going to be fixed the right way. But when you call Hiller, that's Hiller Plumbing, Cooling, and Electrical, know that your problems are going to be solved quickly. The price that you are told is the price that you actually pay. There's no hidden fees, no surprises when you do get that bill. They've been doing business this way, the right way, for over 35 years. Family owned and operated. Their techs are professional, experienced, and trustworthy, all background and drug screen. 100% satisfaction guarantee. That's what they stand by. So much that their motto is happy you'll be or the service is free. When they are on their way to your home, you'll receive a photo and a link to track them in real time so you know the moment they pull into your driveway to complete service. Book online is very convenient. HappyHiller.com.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us as we begin hour number 3. Every day we are presented by Junk Beyond, East Tennessee's junk removal specialist, online at junkbeyond.biz. Jason Swain is here, a VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. You can join us by calling or texting 865-656-9900. As Swain, a lot of our conversation today has had to do with the quarterback position. A lot of people in college football today are talking about quarterbacks, with news this morning that DJ Lagway will enter the transfer portal from Florida. Dylan Raiola from Nebraska is entering the portal. And Brendan Sorsby, whose name has been brought up locally even before the news today, a talented quarterback from Cincinnati, will enter the portal as well. Lenore Sellers will stay at South Carolina. That news coming out over the weekend. So South Carolina will keep its quarterback, which is of note locally as well, because Tennessee will go to South Carolina next season. That will be the 8th consecutive game for Tennessee. When the Volunteers go to Columbia next year, that will be the week before Tennessee is off. So Tennessee will play 8 straight weeks before the bye week. That 8th game will be in Columbia, and the week before, Tennessee will play Alabama while South Carolina will be off. So a lot of things have to happen between now and October 24th when Tennessee plays at South Carolina, but notable with Sellers coming back and how things break from a schedule standpoint next year.
Yeah, that's
advantage South Carolina, realistically.
Beautiful college town, man. That's for sure. But that is a brutal stretch that will end against a quarterback that is looking to have a better year this upcoming season than he had this season. And Kendall Browse, it'll be weird going up against old Browse, right? For Josh Heupel. A lot of influence on his offense
right.
from Art Browse. So Art Browse influencing Kendall Browse, and then expect for Lenore Sellers to be a better quarterback for sure.
At Arkansas, at South Carolina, at Texas A&M, at Vandy. The 4 road games for Tennessee and SEC play. Also at Georgia Tech in week 2.
Yeah. What about this Brendan Sorsby?
He's intriguing.
What can you tell me about him?
He's intriguing. He can make plays through the air. He can make plays as a runner. Would seem to fit in what Tennessee asks its quarterback to do in the offense. He is very experienced. So if you're talking about trying to find an older guy that can help you compete at a high level, Sorsby has a lot of experience. Now, my guess is he's going to have some suitors, and I'm curious what his market will be. But maybe that's not an issue for Tennessee. Maybe if Tennessee wants him, they'd be willing to pay what it takes. But Sorsby is very intriguing to me.
NIL value, according to On3, is 1.9 milli. 1.9
Oh, I
million.
would bump that number up
Oh.
this upcoming January.
Yeah, 100%. Are there any ties to Tennessee for Sorsby?
I believe there's family in Knoxville.
I mean, this time of the year, Josh, you are reminded that nothing is more important than family, right?
'Tis the season to remind everyone.
I'm just saying, man. I am just saying.
Yeah. No, I would be confident in saying that Tennessee is a school to watch. Now, there will be other schools to watch as well with Sorsby, but yeah, I would think Tennessee's a school to watch with him.
But you did say family in Tennessee, right?
That's right. I'm not aware of any in Lubbock,
No.
if that school were to come up in conversation. But Sorsby started out at Indiana. He has been at Cincinnati the last 2 seasons. He has thrown for 2,800-plus yards each of the last 2 seasons. He was close to 600 rushing yards this year. He was second team All Big 12 by the coaches, and is a pretty big kid. And I think he's going to be one of the big-time prospects in the transfer portal. I think he'll be, if you look at like portal rankings, I'll bet you he's a top 3 to 5 guy by just about everybody.
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3", 235, I believe, is listed.
Yep. Cincinnati, they are an Adidas school, right?
Is that right?
I mean, I'm just asking.
I think that's correct.
I think Cincinnati is an Adidas school. Listen, I may be in my own mind here. I think it matters. I think stuff like stuff like that makes it easier for Tennessee.
No, Cincy is Nike.
They are.
Yeah, Indiana's Adidas. Yeah, or they have been. For whatever that's worth. But
you know we got some money now. We got some money over here on the hill because
right.
Adidas. So we can take care of a quarterback or two.
Yeah, 3 stripes can provide 2 commas.
I like it. I like it, Josh. We should have you on the marketing team over there. I like it.
I'm available for consultation, Swain. Easy to reach.
That's Sorsby, dude. That's intriguing, man.
Very.
That's intriguing. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, accounted for 36 touchdowns this past season, only 5 interceptions. Dot the I, carry the T. Close to 3,400 yards as well. Yeah, 9 touchdowns on the ground. Is that something you might be interested in?
Yeah, all of it. 36 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. I got time for that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to schedule a conference call. I'm Josh Heupel. Tell your people to get to my people. Tell your friends to give to my friends, and we can be friends. That's what the great philosopher Christopher Wallace, that's what he said, also known as the notorious B.I.G. Yeah, that's.
Shannon says, forget Adidas. Let's get that Swain event money involved here to get Sorsby to Knoxville.
That ain't gonna work.
Send the Swain plane to pick him up for a visit in January. Of course, we wouldn't want to discuss anything before then, because January, Swain, is when the portal opens. To be clear, January 2nd.
Hey man, Jeremy Pruitt can coach in college football now. I don't want to hear nothing about rules. Okay, I'm going to pick him up tonight.
Are you implying some of this money might be for play? Could it be pay for play?
All of it is, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, all of it is.
Okay. Well, thanks for clearing that up. Thanks for clearing that one up.
Hey, we're entering a new year. There's no reason to live on lies anymore. Let's live on the truth. It's not NIL. P2P. Play to play. Or pay to play. That's what it is.
Somebody asked in the text box, what about Dayton Raiola? So that's Dylan Raiola's younger brother. But I don't think so. You have Faison Brandon coming in. You're looking for a veteran QB.
I don't want a backup. Sometimes I wonder, what do we really think of ourselves? What?
Talk is important.
Why would you want a backup? To be the starter? I don't want a backup. I want a starter. Sometimes you got to shake yourself and go, hey, you are good enough. You are worthy. You are Tennessee. We don't have to take someone's backup at this stage of the game. We can take starters.
Would you be interested in the Raiola family, Dylan and Dayton?
I mean, we can have a conversation.
Okay.
I'll send the Riolas a Zoom link. We can talk about it.
Yeah, I could be wrong here. I think Sorsby's. I would have more interested in Sorsby off the bat than Raiola, just because of. It feels like some of the stuff that comes with Raiola versus Sorsby. You know what you're getting there. It's 1 year, connections to Tennessee. He's a fit, and then you have Faison Brandon and George McIntyre. Jason.
He's a better player. It's pretty simple. I don't know what you're doing right now, but you're roundabout. Who? Ain't no owls in here. Sorsby is a better player. It's that simple.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
You don't think he is?
No, I do think he is.
Well,
Raiola has potential that excites everybody.
I understand that, but like we're not bringing him in or bringing anyone in for potential because potential is something that you're trying to tap into, in the future.
Yeah.
Along with now, we don't need you in the future. We need you now.
So I was roundabouting with my reasoning.
You were
right. To the point,
you were. That's why I'm here. I'm your no man. No, Josh, we're not roundabout. The
portal doesn't open for another 17 days. We got time to circle the block.
No. The people deserve a direct answer. The reason why Sorsby would be a better option because he's a better quarterback.
Okay,
that's it. That's all you need to know, my man. He's a better quarterback. All the other stuff is just, that's what you want to add to it. That's great. Well, all the stuff and him wanting to be like Mahomes and all the that's cool. But the real reason is because he's better.
Yeah, that's probably the best reason too.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, man. Yep, he is better. 3,600 yards. Oh my gosh! How many touchdowns?
36.
36 touchdowns. How many yards? Was it 36 too?
Close to 3,400.
3,400, and only 5 interceptions. Psh,
that's right.
Sign me up. Let's go.
Yep. If I can, we're quoting philosophers on this show. If I can quote one, a former number 21 overall recruit in the 2003 class, Jason Swain, quote, "We want ballers."
Correct. Yep.
Sorsby has shown to be a baller with the football in his hands.
Yeah, we want ballers here. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nathan does not want Raiola, has concerns about potential knee injuries after Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL yesterday.
See? Give that guy a radio show. That's a really good point.
It's an actual concern, I'm sure.
I'm sure, man.
Dylan's probably walking around a little nervous. Step wrong one time. I hate to see that, by the way. All the injuries yesterday in the NFL were brutal. The highest profile were Micah Parsons and Mahomes, but there were a ton of rough injuries in the NFL yesterday.
Dang, man.
Easy, Drake.
Dang.
Bears fan Jason Swain, all upset and bothered by the injury for the Packers.
Man. That stinks. I wanted to beat the Packers at their best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were hoping Illinois' first team All Big Ten left tackle would play. You wanted their second best pass rusher in school history to play in the Music City Bowl.
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Yep.
If we gonna win the Music City Bowl, I want to win it beating the best.
You don't want an asterisk
on
that Music City Bowl title.
You know what? I wouldn't mind having 121 when we obviously scored a touchdown, but they didn't call it one. But you know what? This year's different. I do not want an asterisk. I want a real win. So I hope all those guys opt back in. Well, since they can't do that, then I guess we'll just have to do with playing them with all those guys out. You know what's crazy though? You know Purdue's best player didn't even play the last time we played Music City Bowl?
Karlaftis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And their receiver, who I don't think made it with the Browns, but he didn't play either. That allowed Brock to step up and have a career day.
I didn't ask you about Brock, okay? Don't bring him up anymore. I'm talking about Karlaftis, whatever his name is. George.
Yeah, George Karlaftis.
The guy who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, he didn't play in the bowl game. And I remember when he opted out, I was like, "Ooh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. We about to ball out on the Purdue Boilermakers. We about to get revenge." We didn't.
By the way, Swain, according to On3, we have some schools to watch with Sam Levitt, who's expected to enter the transfer portal as well. It is quarterback transfer portal anticipation day.
Okay.
There are 4 schools listed initially here.
Uh-huh.
Indiana.
That ain't fair.
Oregon.
Okay.
Would you like to take a stab at the other 2 schools being mentioned? Not the first time they would have been brought up today.
LSU.
That's one.
Miami.
That's the other.
Oh, man. What a lucky guess.
How'd you guess?
Lucky guess.
That wild stab at it.
Did Lane Kiffin tweet it?
I expect a retweet from Lane any minute now. We come back, your calls and texts at 865-656-9900. We continue on this Monday afternoon with our show presented by Junk Beyond on Josh and Swain. This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. You can find us on social media at Josh and Swain. Swain, we appreciate all the interaction on the show, our audience calling, texting in. We're going to open up the phone lines in a moment, 865-656-9900. I appreciate Colin, who texted in earlier. I think happened to see me on TV and over the weekend, and he texted a photo and said, saw Josh without his beard finally, and compared me to Gollum of Lord of the Rings.
Is that the bald-headed dude?
That's one way to describe Gollum, yeah.
Is he attractive?
That would not be a way to describe him.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yep. He did follow up and said, just kidding. Wanted to make Swain laugh.
Oh, I'm sure you
By
are
all means.
kidding. I'm sure you are kidding.
It's a risk you take. And you expose your face to everybody.
Did you shave again? You shaved again. You got a problem now. It's time for intervention.
I'm in no man's land. I don't know what to do. I know it's time to talk to Curtis. We go to the phone lines. Hello, Curtis. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind today?
What's going on, guys? Hey, talking about the bowl games and the opt-outs, I completely understand the player side of it, and I'm not advocating anything any differently. But if it continues to be a bigger problem, especially for some of the better bowl games, do y'all think that it could possibly lead to maybe just the bowl season kind of going away because, they don't want to pay the money for guys if their teams aren't really what you've seen during the regular season? You have all these opt-outs. And the second part of this is I've seen an article this weekend maybe insinuating that maybe collective bargaining was being discussed behind closed doors. Could you all explain how that would how that could kind of change the NIL thing and make things maybe work for both parties, kind of where Danny and them were wanting to go to in the beginning? I'll hang up and listen.
I don't think the bowls will go anywhere because of opt-outs. The NFL is the best of the best. Not everyone can play the NFL. And not everyone's in a position to where they need to opt out, or they position themselves in a place where if they play another game and get hurt, then they're risking it. Most guys need to play. They need to play to make a good impression on those scouts. So I just don't think we will get to a place where everyone is opting out because they don't want to play.
Yeah, we'll see maybe a reduction in the number of bowl games starting out, like the LA Bowl, which was played this past weekend. Washington rolled there. That one's going away. So we'll probably see a reduction here. There's been talks, Swain, about maybe incorporating bowl games into early season matchups, similar to college basketball, where we see, in fact, NIL at play, like with the Players Era tournament that Tennessee was a part of a few weeks ago. And maybe something like that is done in football. I don't think anybody knows, but they're not going to just completely go away, I wouldn't imagine. But obviously the bowl system is viewed differently. It's used differently because some of the bowl games are part of the college football playoff. That part, I would imagine, will continue. In terms of collective bargaining, there are different conversations out there. I read from the story that Ross Dellinger wrote at Yahoo Sports earlier this summer, partly because it included some comments from Danny White, Tennessee's athletic director, who has gone on record several times now, including in this story, saying that in college sports they need to be having a conversation about collective bargaining with college athletics. He said at the time, it's time to go public. I've been voicing it in private rooms for 4 years. I'm not going to bite my tongue anymore. There was a presentation shown in detail to Yahoo Sports that Ross wrote about. It illustrates how a college athlete collective bargaining model might work. The fact this concept derives from the leader of an SEC athletic department, Ross notes, and one of the country's most valuable brands makes it more relevant. The package features multiple flowcharts, a detailed explanation of the concepts, and a stunning change that may make university leaders squirm. It refers to players not as student athletes, but as employee athletes. In White's model, college athletes would in fact not be employees of their schools. The structure calls for the creation of a national employment organization that partners with a players association, perhaps one already formed in the pro leagues, to create a modernized and improved ecosystem for football and men's basketball players, one still tethered to higher education via requirements in a bargained agreement. Because that's been a big follow-up question. Well, hey, if they're going to become employees, if they're going to be paid as employees, why even have the education part tied to it? Is that going to go away at some point? This type model would still, in the agreed upon bargaining, include the education side, which I think most people still want to see as part of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a player, you still want, if you're a smart player, you still want the education part of it, because you can get hurt and you want to have something that you can fall back on, and you want to be able to educate yourself to make that money work for you. I mean, how many people got a degree in something that they're not even doing right now? And so for these athletes, you get that money, go into business. Go learn something that's going to help you double that money, maybe quadruple that money. But Danny White's on it, man. Hopefully he continues to get more backers, and we see that in the near future, because that's how you handle all this, crazy, numbers what these players are making, and it's only numbers ain't going down. Every player in the country, I won't say every player, but a lot of players in the country are asking their universities, their athletic department, for more money than they're worth, because they can. And if we knew what some of the Tennessee players are asking for, some of the LSU players are asking for, or Auburn players are asking for, because they know they can ask for it, and at worst, they're told no, but hey, their agent can possibly get it from somewhere else. We saw that happen with Jacoby Thomas. And so agents have way too much power. The fact that some of these agents getting paid 20% is outrageous. NFL agents are paid 3%. And you got to give up 20% of your money at the collegiate level? Man, I wouldn't even have an agent if I was a college athlete. No, thank you. 20%? No. I think collective bargaining would put the power back in the players' hands, maybe back in the school's hands, and away from these agents, because the agents have the power. They control everything right now.
Sure does make things interesting, though, right now.
20%? I'm putting in all the work. I'm going to meetings. I'm risking my body. And I'm about to give you 20% of my money? Nah. No, sir. That's crazy. But that's just me.
Meanwhile, Michigan's still looking for a head coach. Kalen DeBoer meeting with the media in the last half hour. He was asked directly, will you be Alabama's coach next year? He said yes.
Man, media don't play anymore, man. They just ask coaches flat out. And good for them, man. Those fans need to know that. And I don't understand why anyone would think that going to Michigan would mean less pressure on Kalen DeBoer if he lived Alabama. Michigan won a championship 2 years ago.
Yeah. That Michigan job is great. They've got a ton of money, ton of resources, huge program. They also have a lot of questions. I know Ward Manuel is leading the charge right now, it appears. Is that going to continue to be the case? What does the leadership structure look like at Michigan? That's a big question.
And you are expected to beat Ohio State. Simple as that. So there's not less pressure at Michigan than it is Alabama. It may be the same, but it's not less. Both places have a high amount of pressure.
Yep, that's right. Phillip Rivers, confirmed starter again in Week 16, coming up Monday Night Football between the Colts and the 49ers.
Let's go.
What a story. It's unbelievable to me. I think this should be the number one talking point on every sports show in America, that Phillip Rivers came out of retirement almost 5 years after last playing and immediately started and was capable out there on the field.
Yeah.
What a story. So he'll start again against the 49ers.
Dude, I was running a corner route my freshman year in high school. It was versus cover two, which cover two, there's that little spot behind the corner in front of the safety. Josh, I was wide open. At least I thought I was wide open. And I'm running, getting ready to catch the ball over my shoulder. I'm ready for the ball to hit my hands. There was no one around, Josh. The ball never hit my hands. I thought like a hawk or eagle came in and took the ball out of the air. It was Phillip Rivers. All six of them. He was skinny. He was athletic. He jumped. Didn't even touch me. I had no clue what was going on, man. So I'm not surprised that Phillip Rivers can go back at 44 and play the quarterback position after being out 5 years. People don't understand, man. Dude's an ultimate competitor.
Yeah.
He was raised to compete at the highest level. I think he played for his dad. Dad was the head coach at Athens High School at the time. The same high school that Wes Brown went to, former Tennessee defensive end. I'm so fired up, happy for him that he's doing this thing.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So Phillip Rivers, still the starter for the Colts. We'll come back here, presented by Junk Beyond on Josh and Swain. We're with you every day, 12 until 3, thanks to Junk Beyond, East Tennessee's junk removal specialist. We've been talking about quarterbacks going into the transfer portal with news today that DJ Lagway from Florida, Dylan Raiola from Nebraska, and Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati plan to enter the portal. Anticipation about Sam Levitt as well from Arizona State. Sorsby, perhaps the most interesting one to pay attention to as Tennessee tries to figure out what it will do with the quarterback position in 2026. So a lot of quarterback talk today, and a quarterback part of our conversation as we hand out today's attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Always remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
Swain, we do believe stars matter, but stars don't mean everything. And Fernando Mendoza would be one of the examples, a former two-star recruit. He is a transfer. He is a guy that developed, played very well at Cal, transferred to Indiana, and had such a good season, helping Indiana become the number one team in the country, Big Ten champions, and he was awarded the Heisman Trophy on Saturday night. He is the first Big Ten player to win the Heisman since Troy Smith for Ohio State in 2006, which is incredible. He's the first Heisman winner in 127-plus seasons of football at Indiana. How about the story of Fernando Mendoza?
I understand the feelings about the current state of college athletics, college football, but when you hear him talk about what it means to him and his teammate, his family, winning this award, it makes you restore some of those same feelings about college football, those same feelings that make your hair stand up on your arm. Really, really happy for him. This is great for the Indiana program, man. I think it's a lesson about having the right people in place and believing in yourself and going and working. And you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. So Indiana, number one team in the country, and a former two-star athlete that transferred from Cal, your Heisman Trophy winner. And humble, respects the trophy, respects the process, respects the voters. Happy for him.
Yep, good for him. Congratulations and an attaboy to Fernando Mendoza, the 2025 Heisman Trophy winner. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. For more than 20 years now, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. They have a website available to you where you can go and see some of the work that they've done. Check out nativetn.com. Connect with the team there to see how they can help you learn what they do at nativetn.com. You can call 865-310-3256 for Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. We have one segment to go. We will wrap up today's conversation in our final segment coming up next with Jason Swain of VFL and a former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward as we continue on Josh and Swain. every day presented by Junk Beyond will return tomorrow at 12 o'clock. There will probably be more transfer portal anticipation. There will be a little more Tennessee football talk ahead of bowl preparation. 2 weeks from tomorrow, Tennessee will play in the Music City Bowl, and tomorrow's a big day as the Volunteers basketball team will be back in action taking on Louisville. We'll have the sleigh ride during the 1 o'clock hour tomorrow thanks to Dead End Barbecue. So 1 o'clock tomorrow for a full hour, VFL Ron Slade talking Tennessee hoops. We'll talk to him about Dwayne Brown stepping into a starting position according to Rick Barnes with Cade Phillips lost for the season. So Ron Slade for a full hour on the sleigh ride tomorrow at 1 o'clock. A reminder, if you go to our website, you can always listen live, keep up with information, and find the Sweet Deals tab. A number of sweet deals available, including Sergeant Pepperoni's Pizzeria went live this past Friday. Petty's Pub is on there. Knoxville Ice Bears on there. So sweet deal opportunities for you. You can save 991thesportsanimal.com. Hit the Sweet Deals tab at the top of the page. With just a few minutes to go on today's show, and we thank you all for all the interaction. A lot of talking points in college football related to Tennessee football today. Right now, we hit the power poll.
Captain, we're losing power in the warp engine.
Nuclear power pants.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers.
Don't know the power, the dark side.
I have the power.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Full power, Mr. Scott.
All righty, Swain, winners and losers from this past weekend. Would you like to hit us with your list?
Well, first I need to say I don't know why we didn't bring up Aiden Childs, the quarterback from Michigan State, that hit the portal, because according to On3, they are comparing him to Jordan Love, and he's actually rated higher in their ratings than DJ Lagway. Now, Sorsby is rated as the second best quarterback so far in the portal. But winners and
we
losers.
asked about Kenny Minchie earlier. His news, I think, was a few days ago, but Kenny Minchie from Notre Dame. So there are other guys out there. So you're right. Childs from Michigan State, interesting as well with a lot of experience.
Yeah, man. That's interesting right there. All right. Winners include, how about Melvin Council, Kansas guard who had a career day against NC State over the weekend, hit the second most threes in program history. We're talking about Kansas here, folks.
Yeah.
He shot 20-something% from three before the game, but he's the reason why Kansas was able to beat NC State. The Broncos beating Green Bay. Appreciate that, Broncos. How about Mendoza winning the Heisman Trophy? Buffalo Bills winning over New England. And then the Rams, Los Angeles Rams, winning over Detroit. Appreciate you, Rams. Losers include Diego Pavia for his immature response to losing the Heisman. Your Raiders and their offense this past weekend did not produce 100 yards of total offense. That's just embarrassing. And then the Kansas City Chiefs officially eliminated from the playoffs. So no Brady, no Mahomes, and what's the other one? No Manning.
Peyton.
And like forever. What's the date? 1990-something?
Yeah, was it 98? Does it feel like 98, or does it go back farther? Not quite that far. I'll get it.
It's been a long time, my man.
Yeah, since 1998. Feels like
Golly.
98 going into the NFL playoffs.
Golly. That was the year.
All righty, my winners from the weekend. How about the Spurs with the win against the Thunder? Nobody beats the Thunder. That's only their second loss of the season. So we have our NBA Cup final set, Spurs-Knicks. Remember the old NBA Finals matchup? Allen Houston was a part of it. I've got the Bills and the Broncos. Huge comeback for the Bills, huge win for the Broncos. Statement maybe from both of those teams. Might be the two best contenders in the AFC. We'll see. I have Navy with the win edging out Army, and Fernando Mendoza with the Heisman, as we mentioned last segment as well, with the attaboy. Losers from the weekend, I have Packers and Chiefs, not just for the losses, but the Packers with serious losses due to injury with Christian Watson going down, and then loss for the season, the big defensive star they picked up from the Dallas Cowboys. I know you were hurting, Swain, as a Bears fan, to see one of their top players go down.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Christian Watson avoids major injury, could still play versus the Bears. Huh. Okay. It's good news, man. It's great.
But you know what you don't have to do? You don't have to block Micah Parsons because he's done. Same for the Chiefs. Out of the playoffs and lose Patrick Mahomes to the ACL tear. Lot to come back from for that organization. Then I've got Diego Pavia for all the reasons that we've laid out. It was an incredible accomplishment to be the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, but he took away from that this past weekend.
Yeah, sure did.
I will say I don't care that he either used ChatGPT or Gemini or I don't care about that with the apology. These apologies are being written by other people all the time. I don't care about that part.
No, I don't care. I mean, he could have just said, "I'm sorry," and that would have been good enough. But I don't know if he's truly sorry or the fact that he was called to the carpet. So it ain't my place to judge or whatever. All I know is what he did was stupid, and hopefully that it doesn't happen again. No one think that was cool and try to do it themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, if he had put out a statement, "I'm sorry if you were offended," that would have probably been the wrong route.
Yeah, these guys are role models, man. Hopefully no one tries to do the same thing he did just because they didn't win an award.
Swain, this is one to ponder and we'll bring up tomorrow with less than a minute to go. But we were asked, why afraid of a freshman starting at quarterback next season? Look at Notre Dame and C.J. Carr, a redshirt freshman. Tennessee could win with George McIntyre or Faison Brandon, but
I didn't say I was afraid of the freshman.
Yeah, but it was about competition and finding the best quarterback, not letting somebody play the position.
Safety net. That's what it's about.
Yeah. And then another text. Heupel could make Brendan Sorsby a Heisman finalist. That might be part of the pitch. We will discuss it again tomorrow. Thank you for all the interaction today. See you tomorrow at noon. Presented by Junk Beyond on Josh and Swain.